And so this silly season, this time of leading up to the elections, where there's all of these kinds of claims and our hopes and expectations, so much of it will ride on the decisions that we make in the fall. And we have to figure out and negotiate our way through all of these claims, and how do we see what is true and accurate. And their perceptions, do their perceptions of what is there align with what is there? Or is it a perception that is also skewed by individual likes and dislikes, preferences, expectations? And of course, Dharma would say that it is. You cannot, unless you are fully enlightened, you cannot get out of that. We can only rely upon or expect that our view of the world will be shaped by our experience, our expectations. And so the best, I guess, that we can do is to align those expectations as we go to the polls and we make our decisions. What the Dharma is trying to do is to temper that, at least with what Shinran understood. I think to begin to recognize that our view is indeed limited, that it's not a full understanding of things as they are. It's a limited, narrow view. And that if we can temper our engagement with the world with that understanding, when we find or discover things that are contrary to our expectations, we can make adjustments. That we're not stuck only in our view of the world. That we're not fixed in our view of the world. Shakyamuni Buddha said, again, the Four Noble Truths. This is just cornerstone, core of Dharma. Four Noble Truths, that we experience difficulties. The cause of those difficulties are our attachment to things, our attachment basically to our views and perspectives. And that we don't have to remain within that world of difficulties. That we can become free of the difficulties that characterize our existence, and that's through the Eightfold Path. And so he prescribed this way of attaining enlightenment, experiencing enlightenment. But it's this basic, fundamental inability to see things that is the cause of our difficulties that we encounter or cause others to experience. This inability to see things clearly and to act upon that as if it were things as they are. Shakyamuni Buddha described this process, the movement toward enlightenment. Shinran recognizing the importance of enlightenment, but his inability to experience enlightenment for himself, unable to cultivate enlightenment for himself, relied upon Amida Buddha. When we say the Nembutsu in Jodo Shinshu is a Nembutsu of gratitude and appreciation, it's for this experience of enlightenment that we're eventually able to become Buddhas ourselves, that we are indeed truly grateful. That understanding, that recognition of inability to cultivate enlightenment for ourselves, the enlightenment that would free us from the difficulties we cause ourselves and others, that understanding or the initial recognition of this inability, I think, is the beginning of enlightenment. Because here is something that is true and real. It's not a matter of good or bad or right or wrong. It's simply a condition that we become aware of. And recognizing my own limitations allows me to appreciate what helps, what moves me, what sustains me, It supports me. And I am indeed truly grateful. In Jodo Shinshu, we say the Nembutsu is the Nembutsu of gratitude and appreciation. We understand this. And we often we experience things that cause us to truly appreciate what we receive, what we experience. But ultimately, the Nembutsu is a response to this movement of enlightenment that causes my eventual enlightenment. And for that, I am indeed truly grateful. As we participate in the activities of this temple, we sometimes there are so many things going on, we get involved in things that may or may not be central to the Dharma, to the experience of enlightenment. But when we think of things like the crosswalk lines going down this morning, or the persons who come and clean our gardens and trim our hedges, if we become aware of these simple things, in that awareness, there's a cultivation of perspectives. There's a cultivation of a way of seeing the world, of expanding the narrowness of our views. And through that expanding view of the world, we discover things that support us, carry us, nurture us. And we indeed are truly grateful. Enlightenment, again, simply being able to see things as they are. The beginning of that within Jodo Shinshu is a recognition of my own finiteness, my own inability to attain enlightenment. And I respond and I say, Namo Amida Butsu, in gratitude and appreciation that I too am able to eventually experience enlightenment. Okay, thank you very much.